Happy Gilmore 2 was the greatest movie of the whole year. This is all 74 cameos that appeared in this movie. We had Eminem, Post Malone, and Kid Cudi, 3 huge artists. We also had Sarah Sarandos, who is the Netflix CEO's daughter as an FBI agent. We had some Adam Sandler classics, Rob Schneider, Nick Swarsten, and John Lovitz. So this one is a lot of people's favourite. Cameron Boyce was shown on the screen here, a nice callback to when he played his son. Bunch of influencers with their real life podcasts. Cameron Treasure Wilson, Alex Earl, Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino, and Sean Evans from Hot Ones. Some more huge names here, obviously Steve Buscemi, Travis Kelce from the NFL, and Bad Bunny, the music artist. Then had all of Adam Sandler's family, Jackie Sandler, his wife, Sadie Sandler, and Sonny Sandler, his daughters. He wasn't the only person getting their family involved. Ben Stiller's 2 kids were here. Ella Stiller played the person in the liquor store, and Quinn Stiller played one of the caddies. Paige Spiranek played one of the people who worked at Dick's Sporting Goods. If you know anything about golf or you're into it, you know who this is. Obviously, there was a million different professional golfers. These 4 were the main ones. Scottie Scheffler, the world #1, Rory McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau, my favourite, and Brooks Koepka. We, of course, had John Daly, who played a huge part in the movie, one of my favourite parts. Then we had Boban Marjanovic from the NBA, and we had Charlie Hull, the women's golfer. A bunch more golfers here. Bubba Watson, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, who I love, by the way, and Will Zalatoris. There was also tons of sports journalists and personalities. We had Dan Patrick here, Chris Berman, and Stephen A. Smith. The 3 people that worked in the Institute were also big names. Nelly Korda is currently the world #1 women's golfer. Tim Hurley, I don't really know how you say that, he co-wrote the original Happy Gilmore, and Nancy Lopez is a retired women's golfing legend. You guessed it, a bunch more golfing legends. Xander Schauffele, who I love, Tony Finau and Ricky Fowler. All of the old retired legends, Nick Faldo, Fred Couples, Corey Pavin, Lee Trevino, and arguably the greatest golfer of all time behind Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, one of the coolest. And then in the same room we also had, I'm pretty sure that's Jordan Spieth, and Keegan Bradley. At the starter course, we had Andrew Watt, who's a rock music legend, Kelsey Plum, who plays in the women's NBA, Dennis Dugan, this guy here, he was the original director of the original Happy Gilmore, and then we had Bad Bunny's cousin, Marcelo Hernandez, who's a comedian. In the maxi golfers, we had Reggie Bush, who's a former NFL football player, and we also had Rebecca Quinn and Nikki Garcia, who are 2 women wrestling legends. Of course, Manatee was played by Benny Safdie, who directed Uncut Gems, one of Adam Sandler's best movies. And a callback to all of the deceased characters, Bob Barker, Francis Bray, who played his grandma, Carl Weathers, obviously Chubbs, and Joe Flatterhay, the jackass guy. We had Ken Jennings, the real presenter of Jeopardy, Vern Lundquist, who is the actual golf commentator, and then just Guy Fieri. We had Charles Howell III and Jim Furyk, both professional golfers, and Seth Woe, who is the actual CEO of the PGA. Jim Gray, the presenter, Chris Chilios and Sean Avery, the hockey players, Jim Downey, the writer for NSL, the comedian, Sergio Garcia, and Hunter Mahan, the golfers.